So where should Justin Turner sign? Who should sign Justin Turner? I mean, the now that we know Nolan Arenado has been moved to traded to the Cardinals, and in a BlockBuster trade, it opens up not only third base for the Rockies, which could be an option for a Justin Turner, but I think some other teams are still. I think there's some other teams out there that are really, really good options. Number one, the Atlanta Braves. Now, I know that Chris Bryant's been in talks. People, either be the Mets or potentially the Blue Jays. Teams like that, the Braves, and I've mentioned the Braves before as a fit for Chris Bryant. But Justin Turner, I think, can fill all these spots admirably as well. I think he'd be a good spot in free agency, and you wouldn't have to give up half the farm either. He's a free agent, so he'd be a really good fit in that lineup. In Atlanta, be another veteran to complement some of those young hitters, and you have him on the corner and Freddie Freeman on the other corner. That's a pretty fearsome combo. Obviously, he's a good fit back in the Dodgers as well, and they're motivated to bring him back if they can. I do think he'll have quite a few options out there, and I still think Chris Bryant will be moved as well. To where, we don't know. Keep hearing Blue Jays and Mets, but who knows? With Justin Turner, I think his top three agent fits right now, the Dodgers, the Braves, and the Blue Jays. I would not be surprised if the Blue Jays brought him in. I know they've already brought in George Springer and Marcus Semien. I do think they need to bring in a pitcher. What pitcher? I don't know. I mean, I could see a trade for like a Kyle Hendricks from the Cubs. That would be a monster trade. Even if they packaged Wilson Contreras in a huge trade, they'd have to give up probably a pretty big piece or a couple of them to get him. But I could see that happening. I think there's a bigger need in their part for pitching than there is hitting, especially since they've added two right-handed elite bats. But he could be a fit there. I think his two best fits are Atlanta and going back to the LA Dodgers. Atlanta, I think, would be, in my opinion, a little bit more motivated to bring in somebody of significance. So we don't know if they're going to bring back Marcell Ozuna for the outfield, but I do think he would be a really, really good fit there. And I think in my order would be Atlanta 1, Toronto 2, Dodgers 3. Now, Toronto has bigger needs, but I think the Dodgers would be, well off potentially trading for Chris Bryant, in my opinion. I think they would be a fit, or trading for a shortstop and moving Corey Seager to third. Or if they decide to let Corey Seager go, we're trading for a shortstop and Gavin Lux at third or something like that. They have options more so than anybody else, which is why he's not. The Dodgers aren't, 1 or 2 on the list, in my opinion, because they have so much flexibility and don't necessarily. They could afford to lose him and be fine. In which case, I think the other teams would be more motivated to give up, to pay a little bit more for him. But he's worth it. I mean, he's 36, and but he's not going to cost hundreds of millions of dollars. So I think you can get him on a good 3 or 4 year deal, maybe 3 with a 4th year option. But the Braves and the Blue Jays, in my opinion, are the teams that should be most aggressive in their pursuit of Justin Turner. And so let me know what you think of that. Let me know where you think he'd be a good fit. I mean, he's a good player. He's still at a top level third baseman. I think his value to the Dodgers is high as well. But I think he could move the needle more in Atlanta or move the needle more in Toronto. And those are two teams that are looking to, kind of take to the next level. And if Atlanta's going to have to go past either San Diego or the Dodgers, and this is a way to do it, take one of their weapons away and add them to their squad. So, I think, they'd be well off being pretty aggressive in their pursuit of Justin Turner. So I wanted to keep it simple. I also want to give a shout out to Christopher Durazio. He's one of our supporters. He supports the channel. Been a viewer since the beginning. I really appreciate him. And check out another channel called Game Time Sports fun channel. It's an up-and-coming YouTuber, fun content and things like that. Take a look at them. Let me know what you think. Give them some love. I want to help them grow too, and they're supporters of this channel. So I want to kind of offer support in return by giving them a shout out. And Chris, thank you for your support. You're the best. So, and I appreciate all you guys. But let me know what you think about Justin Turner. Put him in the comments down below where you think he'd be a good fit, what kind of impact you think he'd have, and and then let me know where you think Chris Bryant should go. Let's start a dialogue on that. I'm gonna do a video on where should Chris Bryant be traded to. What 2 teams should be the ones most aggressive, where 3 teams should be the one most aggressive, and just you got to bring this guy in. So, I'll be doing a video on that as well, and I'm going to do a video on the best fit. Who should sign Trevor Bauer, and who should sign Marcell Ozuna. But today's focus was Justin Turner. So, hope you enjoyed this. Please hit the thumbs up if you did. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I really greatly appreciate it. I want to continue growing this channel. I want it to be one of the best ones out there. So, be well. Have a great week. Talk to you next time.